Today, we're doing a marriage check-in.
Okay, so we're gonna do a marriage check-in, but what you don't know is I had all of our friends and family send us interview questions, and you probably knew that.
I heard you on the phone with somebody.
But yeah, so we're gonna play a few of the questions, and then we'll just respond accordingly.
Natalie, what surprised you the most about Josh after you married him?
There's so many things that I was like, you know them to some degree, and then you get married, and then you see like the full spectrum of it. But probably how sincerely helpful and engaging Josh is. Like, you actually want to hear what I have to say on something, and when I'm like just kind of like thinking through stuff, like you want to know what I have to say about it or think about something, and that's been kind of surprising. Just
We got another question from Tiffany.
Alright, Josh, now my question for you is, what have you learned about each other's conflict style? How does the other person communicate during conflict? And is there anything that you've changed about how you guys do conflict?
So conflict resolution is patience, really. Like, I noticed the times that we've had conflict, usually it's something that I know makes either you uncomfortable or me uncomfortable, and I know it's just going to take a second after we have conflict. So if I know I'm going to bring up an unpopular topic or something, I can say it, be confident in saying it once, and then I don't need to over talk, which I have a bad habit of doing. But yeah, I can just trust that you're gonna hear me out, think about it, and then respond in a kind and like loving way. So I can trust that, and that's what I've learned.
Probably even with the first question from my mom is that I've learned to be more communicative in conflict, because I think I can shut down and just back away from conflict, but you want to hear out what I think about things. Like, you don't want me to just be like, okay, like, oh, sure. And you're like, you want me to express what I'm thinking about and why. So I think that's really valuable for me, because I don't always process things fast, but I think by you wanting to hear me out, I almost have to process. And sometimes it's just laziness that I'm just like, yes, okay, sure. But because you care and like you want a quality discussion, it's like, okay, I'm gonna buckle in and be like, why do I react a certain way, or do I think a certain way, and like, what does that mean for this discussion? So yeah, it's been good.
Thanks. All right, we'll take the other one from Philip now.
Okay, so here's my question. What is one thing that has been an unexpected joy about being married to one another? Something that you didn't see coming, but that has been just a delightful surprise. You can take it however you want.
Got some kids playing on the playground. Okay, surprise. Joys. I would say a surprising joy that I found is I was surprised by like how much you like to cook for me.
Yeah.
And the fact that like you take great joy in the fact that I like delight in your food provision and the quality of the food provision, which you're really good at. I think you make really tasty food, and I like the food you make.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, and the cookies every night. I think those are like, I don't know. I'm a very like regimented man, so when you were like, we're gonna do sweets each day, I was like, I don't know about that, but you know, I not gave up that discipline, but I've learned to enjoy the little sweet things like cookies with you or just hanging out, and yeah, it was something that I was surprised by.
I'd say there was a lot of surprise in, I think, realizing that on my own, I probably am not very highly motivated to take great care of myself or really anything, but it brings me joy to do, like, to clean the bathrooms for you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
That's great.
I'm like, I gotta clean the bathroom. Because I want, like, but it's nice to do it for you. Whereas I think on my own, I would be like, I don't care. I'd be like, I live in squalor, that's terrible, but I don't care.
I'll add on that there's been a few moments where you just kind of, that I get to experience like your cuddliness, like just moments where I get to experience your full range of emotions, which is neat, but it makes like the sweet moments really sweet. The last few weeks, like working through the mold and working through kind of just the not fun stuff, it was like because we got to experience those things together, it makes the sweet moments extra sweet, and I think that's cool.
Natalie and Josh, what is the biggest obstacle besides mold that you guys have had to overcome so far?
Work.
Yeah, work for you, probably, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I feel like work, because both of our works, I feel like they're in a state of flux.
Yeah.
And so to have work be kind of changing and out of our control to some degree feels out of control. But there's other things too that have there's some obstacles.
I would have said, I think Fort Townsend for me, just like being able to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Probably the most challenging is just like going on dates and hanging out in restaurants and
Meeting friends.
yeah, leadership in Port Townsend and like trying to do what's right and do what's best has been challenging. So that's what I would say.
So it goes to Natalie or Josh or both. But if you got to imagine your future children's future from middle school, high school, and then college, like whatever you said went, what would you want your son to do / be when he's older? And what would you want your daughter to do / be when she's older? Whatever you say goes.
Who said anything about kids?
I think engineer would be sick. Computer
Yeah?
science or in general. I just have found like it's really cool to be able to conceive an idea and then be able to put math, science, and like laws behind it to give it and put it into like life and motion.
I don't know, I think I'd want them to have exposure to a lot of different things, like different places and different cultures and different kinds of people. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe be able to play a musical instrument, because I don't. That would be cool.
You know,
You'd be like, all right, go play us a song, entertain us.
musician would be fun, challenging.
Yeah, as
But
long as
fun.
they could like play the clarinet, like they could do it poorly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. All right, so musician, engineer. Not asking for much.
Yeah.
All right, good question.
If Josh were a superhero, what would his superhero power be?
Ooh, I'm gonna let you answer that first.
I do know that if Josh were a superhero, he would be able to teleport, but only to places he could see.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It has good limitation, but also like good practicality, and you could show like ingenuity through the process. Howdy. Well, shapeshifting and teleporting, I don't know. They're kind of interchangeable at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, teleporting
I
would be
was
dope.
really on top of it with that one.
You were.
Yeah.
You did. All right, my mama's question.
Name an experience or memory that epitomizes who Natalie is and why.
Oh man, that's a good question. Jeez Louise. Probably traveling with you to the Dominican on the honeymoon.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I would say on that trip specifically, you kept me healthy, so you're a caretaker. You kept my body alive.
Tried very hard.
And then you took care of me, and I could see like your compassionate side. You have a thing where if I'm down or like emotionally not okay or physically not okay, like this crazy mom persona rolls out and you're just like, I will fix this scenario, which is kind of cool. And then you also have a carefree spirit enough to be like, you know, it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. And you kind of were able to roll with it, caveated with occasionally like stressing out over little things sometimes. Being like, I don't know what we're going to do about that. But I think that would be that trip. I think I saw all the facets of you that I liked.
Natalie, what is the manner in which Josh prefers to be shown he's loved? And do you love him in that specific way as well as in other ways?
Probably speaking words of encouragement and respecting your leadership. I'd say are ways that you probably feel most loved when I trust you with making decisions for things and doing stuff for us and taking care of things. I think letting you do all that and communicating how great you are, I think are ways that you feel very loved.
Thanks, babe.
I think.
All right. Yeah.
That's all for now, folks.
That is a little marriage update with Nat and Josh.
It was
So,
fun. We usually do marriage check-ins on Sunday. So.
yeah, marriage check-in Sundays. And this is like a big marriage check-in Sunday. All right, that's all, guys. Thanks so much. Love ya. Miss ya. And until next time. Hey, babe.
Stuck.
This way. There we go.